1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 206, range 30 miles, altitude 34,000 feet, cost. Cycle 1-1 STR curve, Magic 1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 206, range 26 miles, altitude 34,000 feet, cost.
Welcome back. This is Striker in the Strike Eagle once again on the Burning Skies U.S. Command Server, currently in Sinai. So it's nighttime again. This was earlier in the server's cycle for this map, so most of the map is still under enemy control. I was just playing on here yesterday, and we just have one zone left to catch. So this has been a while. I had this video kicking around, but I've been busy playing so much, or flying, I guess, right? So we're going to take off from the base here. I'm going to go head over and take out another enemy structure, and then blow up some enemy forces on the ground again. Let's get this guy up in the air. You notice when you lift off, it gives you some information on this server. So my mission started, gives you some other information. And that takeoff survival bonus no longer secure at the bottom means that if I get shot down and I don't land and power off my engines, then the bonus multiplier for shooting down enemies and mission completion gets reset back down to 1. So, but before you take off, like let's say you're on the ground, you can always just exit the sim, and you don't have to worry about your survival bonus. So once you take off, that goes away. Get the nav FLIR turned on. I do like to use this when I'm flying, even up at altitude. It has some advantages in that, because it's an IR image, when I'm close to enemy aircraft, I can see their exhaust, I can see missile exhaust on the nav FLIR. So it has its uses. I mean, it's great for obviously when you're down low. But sometimes I'll turn it on. I don't usually leave it on too much, like especially when I'm going up against ground forces. The night vision goggles are much better. Gives you superior, situational awareness, especially when you're down low. Nav FLIR is handy. But if you have the night vision goggles on, obviously you can look around and see the terrain all around you. So they both have their strengths. And once I got rid of that blur from the night vision goggles, it's so much better. It's a much more enjoyable experience. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I like realism, but there's a lot of trade-offs that we have to make because this is a simulator on your PC, wearing VR goggles, right? A VR headset. So making some small concessions to reality for the sake of enjoyment and to overcome limitations of our systems, it's fine. Do what works for you. This works for me. Looks like we have a aircraft up ahead that's doing some jamming. Alright, I realized I forgot to get a couple of things set up in the cockpit here. So I'm going to step through them. One very important thing, especially when you're on multiplayer servers, is to make sure you have your IFF set up. I like to do the automatic interrogation. So that's why I'm setting up there. Did that quickly. Now I'm setting up the AWACS to work over SRS. And make sure you set it to manual AM. And then setting up ground speed indicator, radar altimeter to display up on the HUD, and also my estimated time en route. So how long I'm going to be flying towards a waypoint. I find that information much more helpful than my estimated time of arrival, especially since I'm kind of doing this on my own and I'm not held to any specific timings. So I was going to play around with the ground map radar, shoot a high resolution map of the target area. Kind of a good practice. Good to get into the habit of it. Quite often I find that it can really help me identify some additional targets and get some pre-planned stuff, especially if there's a enemy SAM radar there. That thing lights up quite noticeably, and I'll know, hey, there's a radar there, and it's always priority 1 on my targeting. So you can see that's the building in the middle. We've got some vehicles around it. And usually what I should do there is I should freeze it and maybe play with the gain a bit. Again, I was just kind of curious to see what I'd see. Let's get back to the air radar and see what's going on with that aircraft out there that's jamming. Increase my altitude and keep an eye on him. So we're going to head in, see if we can maybe drop our JDAMs here. Get the primary target taken out anyway. Is the big structure there. It's hot. You can see the other enemy vehicles in the area, so designate one of them for a follow-on attack. Well, they may be close enough to the primary strike that they'll get damaged or destroyed. We'll see. Right program and master arm on. One, two away. All right. Now let's see what's going on with the enemy. We'll peel off and we'll come back around once those JDAMs have hit. So I switched over to one of my other weapons, and I'll probably do a follow-on attack once the JDAM has struck the building and we'll see what else is down there, what's scattering around. Alright, it's almost showtime. Boom, boom. There you go. Nice hit. There, we killed one of those igloo dudes. Going to drop a CBU 97, so just pick the general area where the enemy are, and I'm up pretty high, so it's going to drift a bit. Sometimes I like to kind of roll in and get closer. Closer release means less drift, but then you get more exposure to enemy ground forces. So hopefully that will do something. Dump out some chaff and flares as a precaution while I get turned around out over the water here. There's the canister breaking open. Far away. There we go. We can see it in the FLIR. Looks like we got at least one. Looks like, actually it looks like it impacted pretty much spot on to where I had targeted it, so maybe I should have moved it over a bit more towards the enemy. No problem. Another guy out there. I'll designate him. You can roll in with a laser guided bomb. Bombs away, and I break away so we don't overfly the target. I'll usually pull until that little box you see sliding around on the FLIR is right around the the side of the target. That's showing relative to your aircraft where the pod is looking. So if I have it at the 3 or 9 o'clock position on that FLIR, that means it's out to the side of my aircraft and I'm no longer heading towards it. I do need to bunt the aircraft down and over a bit to keep it in view, because you can see it starting to get masked, but we got him.
1 is RTB at 13,000.
No enemy aircraft. That's good. The mix of cluster bombs and laser-guided bombs is a good one. Clusters can take out larger quantities of vehicles in an area and personnel. But then when you have the tanks, it can be particularly tough. And if you got solo vehicles sitting out, it's good to hit them with a precision weapon like the laser-guided bombs. The threat hasn't been so bad that that I should be using JDAMs. I can continue to laze and get some really good precision. JDAM sometimes can be a little bit inaccurate, and it's really just operator error, right? Probably. Well, there is one of the JDAMs on the conformal fuel tanks, the aft right side, that just seems to take forever to impact, and sometimes falls short. Plus we get 4 laser-guided bombs versus 3 JDAMs on the conformal fuel tank, so extra bomb to hit something. There we go. Another T-72 gone. Check my progress. I still got some work to do. Let's see if I can find a concentration of more enemy in the area. And this is still that night when Intel was not working from the menu, so I couldn't call up Intel to direct me towards something, so I kind of have to visually hunt for it. Finish off a couple here and then see what else we can find. It'll also be nice when they fix the issue with the target designating on the FLIR, because you'll notice it always skips the cursor away. Looks like I'm going to go in and do a cluster bomb attack. CBU 97 away. Yeah, so in the FLIR, when you designate, it causes the crosshairs to jump off target, and it also drops the box around the area track. So it's a bit of a pain. I know that's on the list of stuff to fix. There we go. Getting a few targets out there. See the fire is burning down there, the orange. Pick up some more enemy in the area. Pretty sure I saw some on the map earlier. Some over by that road there. Excellent. Look at that. You're going to pull up and break away and just kind of assess what's down there, and then figure out what to attack and what with. I do have a 2,000-pound JDAM left, and that's always a nice one to open up with, because it will take out a lot of the vulnerable infantry, the Eagle guys and stuff like that. So if you can get it close enough to other vehicles, it can take a couple out. Again, there's a damage mod in place on the server where the 2,000-pound bombs do enhanced damage to kind of match reality. Because the Eagle Dynamics model is pretty weak. Look at that, we got to make 23, and he's in close,
Cycle
27
1 to 1
miles.
STR curve. Magic 1-1. Enemy aircraft. Bearing 237. Range 27 miles. Altitude 11,000 feet. Hot.
What I'd like to do is unload this JDAM and then go deal with the air threat. Close enough. That's what I'm going to do. Get rid of this JDAM, 2,000 pounds later, then we can go mix it up with the enemy aircraft. Alright. Switch to air mode. Got 4 AMRAAMs for this guy. There we go. IFF checks out. No circle in the top left corner of the radar. Get ID on him. One last check. 22 miles. Bearing
Cycle 1
matches.
to 1 STR curve. Magic 1-1. Enemy aircraft. Bearing 260. Range 22 miles. Altitude 21,000 feet. Cold.
We're looking at the same guy. Look at that. JDAM did some business. Whew. Alright, he's locking me up, so get a missile out at him. Break off, let it go active. Countdown is 3, 2, 1, and now it's active. So now I can maneuver away if I have to. Go to the missile view. There we go. Got him. Alright, I think I still have some cluster and laser guided bombs to get rid of. So at first I thought the I'm like, man, this targeting pod sucks because I could never see anything, but I think my issue was I didn't crank up the brightness and contrast on the display. That definitely helps. And also, I think the targets I was looking at had kind of cooled down, and so I couldn't see them. Look at that blood red moon out there. That's pretty cool. There you got two vehicles parked close to one another. I'm going to see if I can take these guys out. Need to dip below 25,000 feet barometric so that the laser will arm. Otherwise, on the lantern pod, the laser safes itself when you're above 25,000 barometric. All right, fall line's coming down. Weapon release. Again, break away. And we'll put it on the 3 o'clock position of our aircraft. And we'll just guide it on in. Looks like that's a radar dish sitting right next to, I guess, a TEL. No, that's not even, is that a TEL? Or, yeah, it looks like an SA-2 launcher. There we go. Yeah, Radar's dead. Still have that launcher sitting down there. Plus, I think there's a few other launchers in the area. So go take that stuff out. Yeah, it's sitting right next to where the other one was destroyed. So it jumped. Okay, let's go get another weapon on that target. Do another laser-guided bomb. Alright, let's break the other way. Pull off target. And guide the weapon in. You see it's flashing, and laze is flashing, so we know it's lasing. Alright, so you can see it's starting to get masked by the aircraft, so we need to pitch down and over a bit. Oh, we got him. Okay, switch programs. We got cluster bomb we can go and drop off. And then I think that's going to be it. Turned off the nav FLIR. It helps with spotting the enemy dots through the night. I want to find a nice grouping of them. Drop this CBU-97 on them. Look at that. Nice big concentration there. I think we got a couple of dead ones there. What else we got out there? Looks like there's a bunch over here. Yeah, look at that. That looks better. Weapon release, that's the last 97. So we'll break away and we'll start planning our departure. Dump out some chaff and flares as a precaution. Not sure what else was down there. Head back out over the water. Alright, well, that racks up. We selected a location of the airport. You can kind of see it out there. Making sure I don't see anything else in the area. You can see a bit of a landing strip. Oh, there's a, that's the Tarawa. Something down there. No air threats, it's good. Yeah, this air base is really close to where the enemy zone is, so I just gotta be really careful that I'm not going to fly over enemy forces while I'm coming in low to land. Because that would suck. you finally finish your mission and you're heading back to collect your rewards and call it a day or a night. Some smartass on the ground blasts you out of the sky with an Igla or some AAA. Because the dumbass was overflying them. All right, so you can see the air straight line up there, which is the runway at the airbase. Gonna come in for a straight in. Sometimes it's nice to turn off the MVG and stuff just to kind of get a look around at the night view. I was always really impressed with how everything looks. All right, landing gear flaps are down. You can tell because the HUD shifts the information down lower once you lower the gear.
Low altitude, low altitude, low altitude, low altitude.
All right, we got these trees at the end of the runway to zip past once again. Always makes me a little nervous. Oof. All right, let's get this thing down. Nice and gentle. There we go. Maintain that aero braking at 15 degrees. And down comes nose. Alright, so I'd say that was successful. Thanks for watching. Just a quick little night mission follow on to my last one. I'm going to do some image stabilization this time, so hopefully it's not so jumpy. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I got a lot of videos piling up because I've been doing a lot of flying, so keep an eye open. Catch you later, and thanks again for your time as always. Take care.